Hey guys, check it out. I'm at the Ford facility here in Irvine, California, taking a look at this, the 2022 Ford Maverick, a brand new compact pickup truck by Ford. Now the Maverick is something fresh and new and different, something we haven't seen in a lot of years. This is a truly small pickup truck. This is some 11 inches shorter than the Ranger, which is the current smallest truck in the Ford lineup. Now in this video, we're just going to do a detailed hands-on walk around of the Maverick, show you some of the cool gadgets and gizmos, and talk about what makes it so special. Now this vehicle is related to the Ford Bronco Sport, the Ford Escape. That's called the Ford C2 architecture. As such, it's a unibody. It's not body on frame like an F-150 or a Super Duty or a Ranger, but it does have some seriously impressive payload stats, which we will talk about in a minute. Now the style, it's pretty cool. I definitely see a little bit of Bronco Sport in it. Really like the big headlights here. You kind of still have that iconic Ford C there with the flat grille, big Ford emblem up front. This one is an XLT. We don't see fog lights on this one, but a lot of kind of front end fascia here. And I love the sculpted hood. I don't know if you can kind of see the bulges, but when you're sitting in the driver's seat, it just looks super, super cool. Now the Maverick is only available in a crew cab configuration with this 4.5-foot bed. So there's no single cab, there's no access cab. It's only the 5-seater with the 4.5-foot bed. You can see because it's a unibody construction, there's no division between the bed and the cab. It's all one integrated unit. Along the side, this one's got black door handles. We've got the entry pad here, which is pretty common in a lot of Ford vehicles. The antenna up there doesn't have the big whip antenna. It's got a much smaller antenna. And then coming in the back, squared off and chiseled. Definitely an interesting look. They have Maverick stamped down here in the tailgate. Big plastic bumpers with this kind of angled line pattern. And then the exposed receiver there. Now this is probably the biggest news with this truck. Check that out. Hybrid. The Maverick comes standard as a hybrid. Let me repeat that. It comes standard as a hybrid. So the entry-level powertrain is a hybrid system. That is a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder gasoline engine mated to an electric motor. It makes 191 combined system horsepower, similar to what you'd find in the Ford Escape hybrid. Now the hybrid is front-wheel drive, and it's got a CVT, a continuously variable transmission. That's the only way you can get the hybrid version of this truck. So you can't get it in all-wheel drive, you can't get it in rear-wheel drive, only front-wheel drive with the CVT. But the cool part is, Ford is estimating 40 mpg in the city. That's right, 40 if you get the hybrid version of the Maverick. Now if you want a little bit more capability, if you want all-wheel drive, there is another engine option. It is a 2-liter gasoline turbocharged engine. You know, similar to what you'd find in the Bronco Sport. So that one makes about 250 horsepower, somewhere around 277 pound-feet of torque. And that one has a conventional 8-speed automatic. You can still get it in front-wheel drive, or you can get it in all-wheel drive. But if you want a conventional transmission, if you want all-wheel drive, then go for the 2-liter turbo. Now the all-wheel drive system is pretty similar to what you'd find in the Bronco. It's a single-speed transfer case, so it doesn't have a low range like you would find on a Ranger or an F-150. Single clutch rear end as well, so the Bronco Sport you can get with this crazy dual clutch locking system. This is just a single clutch, more conventional rear differential system, but we're gonna get it off-road and see how it performs. So all-wheel drive is availability. Now that brings me to the capacities, the payload, all that. Ford is saying the hybrid version of this truck can get up to 1,500 pounds of payload capacity. 1,500 for a compact truck. Keep in mind, it's not uncommon to see mid-size trucks and next size up to have under 1,000 pounds of capability. So having such a small little vehicle with 1,500 is pretty nuts. Now towing capacity. On the hybrid, it's rated at 2,000 pounds. If you get the 2-liter turbo with the max tow group, you can tow up to 4,000 pounds. Now the max tow group also incorporates a trailer brake controller, an integrated trailer brake controller inside. So you're legal in a lot of states. A lot of states require even over 3,000 pounds to have a trailer brake controller, but that's a pretty cool thing. And I really like what they've done with the hitch down here. Oftentimes I really struggle with the recovery chains on, or the safety chains on some of the Ford trucks, but this appears to be much more flexible and easy to get at. Now let's talk about the bed. So first of all, tailgate lowers like that. I don't believe it's damped on this version. They have designed the tailgate cables to relocate up here so you can kind of change the position of the tailgate, and they do say that the bed is wide enough to accommodate a 4x8 sheet of plywood. Put the tailgate in its kind of middle position and have it hang out the back a little bit. Now the total length with the tailgate down, 6 feet. So 4.5 with the tailgate up, 6 feet with it down. Lots of different tie down points. You can see them there. This one has the rail system installed as well. And then over here, we've got bed lining and a optional 400 watt inverter. More tie down points. Ford says they've rated these tie down points like they do on the Super Duty up to 1,100 pounds. Bed size, I think it's pretty handy for a lot of folks. So they've brought out some props, bicycles, cool little freezer there, surfboard. You can definitely tell that this is not aimed towards someone who needs an 8-foot bed and a contractor and is, regularly hauling 16-foot boards. But I think for a lot of folks, this should be all right. Let's check out this cubby. I haven't actually done this. I've got a very brief amount of time with this truck. Ooh, a little storage in there. So why don't we go ahead and step inside the Maverick and see what that looks like. All right. Well, first impressions, love the seats on this one. It's kind of like a blue denim with this gray fabric. Looks really cool. And then tons of orange accenting. That's kind of an interesting look with this, oh, that's a cool material. It almost looks like a marble. It doesn't, it feels nice actually. It feels really nice. I thought it would feel kind of more low end, but that feels good. So this one is an XLT. We've got conventional gauges on this truck. Steering wheel looks pretty similar to what you'd find in the Ranger. 8-inch touchscreen display here. The sync system that so many of us have come to know over the years. Both volume and 2 knobs. That's a big win. Over here, we've got a little bit of a cubby next to the display. Automatic climate controls, it looks like. Yep, single zone automatic climate. This one, of course, also has, whoa, turn that off. This one also has the heated seats and the heated steering wheel. USB ports as we move along down here. Rotary shifter, so it doesn't have the standard console shifter, doesn't have a column shift. This is also a rotary shift. Parking brake down there, and then drive modes. 5 different drive modes as we start looking our way down here. Cup holders. A lot of storage, though. I mean, this whole center section, just all storage, and massive center console as well. I like the orange. Little orange accenting down here on the vents. That kind of white marbly material continued up on the dash. And the door pockets, super usable for their size. Automatic headlights in this truck, and then small sunroof up there. I'm kind of digging this design. Kind of digging it. Kind of square off, chiseled, almost industrial looking. I like that a lot. All right, let's go ahead and check out the rear seat. So that's roughly my driving position. Power seat there, you can see. I am 6'1", and not bad. Not bad at all for a compact truck. Headroom, very good. I'd say knee room a little bit compromised, but for kids, I think this would be fine. And even for shorter trips, I'd have no problems back here. Certainly better than like a access cab full-size truck. Now the cool part is there should be a strap down here, and if I pull that, there we go. Seat bottom lifts, big deep cubby here. A lot of storage. Now this truck is the hybrid. The hybrid system, the battery lives up and underneath out of the way. Although they were saying that if you get the hybrid, the 12-volt battery lives kind of down there in that dark void. So it does live underneath the back seat. If you get the 2-liter turbo, the 12-volt battery is relocated under the hood. So what do you guys think of this new Maverick? Now, we've got a lot of coverage on this truck. So if you head over to TFL Truck, I've got a much more kind of comprehensive, in-depth walk around of this vehicle. Andre also interviewed the chief engineer. So we've got a big discussion with the chief engineer about the new Maverick. And of course, we've got this video, which is just the first hands-on walk around. So 3 trims, XL, XLT, and Lariat. There's also going to be kind of a first edition or like a launch edition. And then pricing. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Ford says that the Maverick, standard hybrid front-wheel drive, comes in at $19,995 base, entry level. That's the most affordable. Under $20,000 for a pickup truck, with a hybrid system. That'll make it the cheapest hybrid for sale in the market if that continues to be true when this car goes on sale, or this truck goes on sale. It would also make it the most affordable pickup truck on the market, I believe. Pretty unbelievable stuff. Competition-wise, well, there's really only one, the Hyundai Santa Cruz. So the Santa Cruz is you know, kind of in this class too, but there's not a lot else. And this is kind of more squared off. It's more chiseled than the Santa Cruz. There's also going to be an FX4 package available that'll give you more aggressive tires, skid plates, tow hooks in the front, different suspension, revised suspension for off-road use. It'll give you 2 different drive modes, so mud and ruts and then sand. So there's an FX4 version coming. We're going to get it off-road. We're going to tow with it, see how it does. But so far, it's looking pretty cool, guys. Really excited about this one. Let me know what you think in the comment section below of the 2022 Ford Maverick. And as always, thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, I forgot one more thing. I asked them how much it goes up to, maximum price. They said right around, you know, typical price of an average car. So I'm thinking like mid-30s is how I interpreted that, but under 20K starting. All right, thanks, guys.